Some examples of dilations are right here on this page, and it says, in this example, dilate with a scale factor of 2, and it's talking about centered at the origin. Now, there are different ways to dilate when it's not centered around the origin. It's centered around some other point, but you'll get to that when you get to geometry. So for the sake of 8th grade standards, we're sticking with centering at the origin. So all you have to do is, again, take those points one point at a time and then multiply by that scale factor. Since our scale factor is 2, all we're doing is multiplying the numbers of our ordered pair by 2. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. 0 times 2 is 0. And negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Once I have my new points, my A prime and B prime of my image, because here's my pre-image and my image. My pre-image was in orange, and then my image is in blue here. So negative 4, negative 6 is my A prime. 0, you go left and right, nothing, and then down negative to the negative 4, that's my B prime. And so we just dilated that line by a scale factor of 2. The next example here has a triangle, and the original triangle is actually in green. Okay, so our original coordinates are right here for our pre-image, and we just, again, multiply by our scale factor. In this case, our scale factor is 1/2, so we're going to shrink our shape. It's getting smaller. That's why you see this orange triangle is a little bit smaller. If I multiply negative 6 by 1/2, that's the same thing as dividing by 2. So negative 6, half of that is negative 3. Half of 5 is 2.5. So sometimes you'll see fractions or decimals. Usually they're pretty simple with scale factors. They're not going to get crazy complicated. And then half of negative 6 is negative 3. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1, and so on. So once I plot these new points, if I did that, okay, my A prime would be at negative 3 up 2.5, not all the way up to the 3, and then negative 3, negative 1, B prime, and then 1, 0 is going to be my C prime. Once I connect all of those, I get my new shape. Now you might think, wait a second, this can't be right because that orange is not half of the green. But the orange, it's not necessarily going to be half of the area, the surface area, or excuse me, just the area of that shape. It's a scale factor. It's a little bit different. So don't think of it as like always being half of the amount of space that you see for that shape. And then finally, this last example, we have this original shape, our pre-image in purple right here, and the coordinates of that are in purple, and this time it's a scale factor of 3. So I just went through and multiplied every x and y by 3. 0 times 3 is 0, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 0 times 3 is 0. And I got all my new orange coordinates for my image, and I labeled them carefully A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and then I connected those so that I could have my new image in orange.